This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. So this whole weekend, I've spent most of the weekend trying to figure out how I was going to show this game, because I've read this tremendous rule book, and I'm talking about the mega board game Blood Feud from Vampire the Masquerade, Blood Feud from Everything Epic Games. Now, at the end of this video, we're going to have a special code for you, or I'll have it in the comments, where if you're interested in this, you are going to be able to go and purchase this at an extremely special price. And I do mean a special price. I'm going to tell you right now, I do not get any commission or anything like that. This is me just showing off a game for a company that I really like, Everything Epic Games, and showing this off for you. This game, for me, is I'm not going to be able to have the number of players. I may get my family to give it a go. But this is a game that in all honesty, and this is me just telling you the truth, that came out during COVID, and nobody wanted to play with each other. Okay, so this game kind of sat around for a couple of years. Chris brought this up to me and said, hey, you know, this game is really good. People don't realize it, how great this game is, and that every time that they hold events at conventions, they're sold out because it is an epic game. And when I mean mega board game, you are playing on 4 different stations. That's why I can't show you. One of the stations may be, you know, all these city tiles. There's a whole bunch of city tiles that you are going to connect, and huge. And you are going to be moving some of these beautiful, beautiful pieces all around them. And you've got different types of factions, humans and vampires. And you're going to be strategizing, stabbing people in the back. You're going to be making deals and trying to take over things. And this all takes place as the sundial, as the dial goes from night to daylight, and once it hits daylight, that's when the game ends, because vampires don't hang out during the day, none of the ones that I know, at least. And whoever has the most victory points is going to win. Now, the thing about it, and I'm going to double check the rule book, because I want to make sure that I give you all the different stations. Okay, the cityscape, which I showed you the different cityscapes. Then you're going to have a station where you're going to assign one person to do orders. Then there is a marketplace, okay? And the marketplace is incredible. There are tons and tons of cards. This thing comes with so much stuff. It is absolutely, there are tons of cards that you can purchase and that you can use. And then, of course, Station 4, which is the council. This is where all your lies and all your deals are going to kind of go down behind closed doors. And you know, in between turns, you can change different stations. Now, these things, the things that come with this are just absolutely just top notch. Like I showed you just a couple of those tiles. You're going to have an alliance board. You're going to have your council board that everybody is going to go over. There's certain events that are going to happen that are going to change the balance of power. You are going to be trying to you're going to have all these different stations that you are going to be negotiating. I just want to show you. And here's where you're going to have your orders board. Okay, and this is where you're going to be putting certain orders and things that you want to put into motion. Okay, you're going to resolve those orders and such. And then, of course, you, like I told you, you have your sundial that's going to be the start. And this is how many turns that you'll play to daybreak. And once daybreak comes, well, friends, that's when the game ends, and whoever has the most victory points is going to win this game. This is a tremendous undertaking. It could be played from as little as 4 people to 32 people. The other thing I didn't tell you is that there is a storyteller who is going to be reading and telling you and creating the story and refereeing certain things. So you even have a person that, even if they just like to be a rules lawyer, which is absolutely perfect for them. There is so much in this box that it is absolutely overwhelming, and to show it to you and explain it to you, there is no way I could do it in this short video. But I wanted to make sure that you knew that when this came out, and you get all of these, you get so much with this. It is just absolutely ridiculous. And if you are a fan of Vampire the Masquerade, which a lot of people are, and they play the role-playing game, this takes it to another level because it makes you feel as if, just from what I was messing with it. Like I said, the storyteller that has the chance to tell a story, and I try to put myself in each one of these components, these different stations, and try to figure out what I needed to do. The cityscape, you're going to be moving units, placing barricades, removing barricades, trying to reduce the sun track, and things like that. In the orders, you're going to have sealed cards. You're going to propose alliances. You're going to block an alliance if you can. Man, I don't want those two groups to get together. It is a game and a story that is told on such a level that now that we're out of this COVID, this might be the time that you go check out this game. This might be the time that you get a couple of friends who you are really interested in, even if you play it a couple times a year, to be able to play something on this type of scale and this type of level is going to be worth its value, and its weight in gold for sure. It is just, we're going to go down. We're just going to take a look. I didn't even open up half the cards. So I just want to kind of just go through what's in the box real quick, and then what we'll do on the other side of this is we'll talk a little bit more about this. So without further ado, let's go down. This is really interesting. So I figure I'd do kind of an unboxing, because if I was to set up every station, this video would be about 75 hours long. But you're going to get all this awesome stuff. I mean, you get all these different types of vampire options that you can play, and these cards are just very thematic. You have the station aids that are going to help you explain each and every station that you're going to be played. There is a lot of information that you are going to be very excited to do. Of course, I just put this out here, but you're going to get tons and tons of these figures. You can paint them if you want. They're beautifully done. The rule book breaks everything down. I was really surprised at how well this just does everything and explains each type of faction, how you're going to play it, how the story arc is going to play out, and your storyteller and everything that you're going to need. The quality of all this stuff is fantastic. Really good cardboard for each one, especially for everything. Your board that I showed that opens up for your order station, and how all this stuff goes together. Your alliance board. Remember, alliances can be made, can be broken, can be blocked, can be proposed. And then you have a whole thing where there is the city tiles, and as you can see, these are just big tiles. I have massive, big hands, and you have all these tiles. These are your soldiers that you're going to be using to move around these tiles as you bring more and more people into it. When the person that's playing the cityscape is going to be building up their army. And cards and cards and cards, and just tons and tons of stuff, and who you are, who you belong to, what you're doing, just tons and tons of just glorious stuff. And these are going to go on the figures, so your warlords and stuff like that move around a certain way. A ton of stuff to play for a lot of people to play a very big and very epic. It's a mega board game. I mean, I just don't think it can be explained any further than that. But there's just so much to this, and I just wouldn't have the time to really just show you over and over how each station works. But I'm telling you right now that if you are a fan of Vampire the Masquerade, you are really going to want to play some Blood Feud, and that is for sure. Let's go up top and get my final thoughts, and we have a very special code to give you at the end of this video. I mean, so there you have it. A really fascinating game, and Ben Canellos really just put a lot of heart into this, and you could tell. And I think it got overlooked. But the thing is that, everybody looked at the price and went, oh my God, maybe this is too much. Well, I've worked something out with Chris, and I said, hey, Chris, let's get this game in people's hands, okay? And if you use the code ROB50, okay, you're gonna be able to get this game at a significant, I mean a ridiculous low price. I believe it'll be 50% off. Okay, 50% off. I mean, that's significant. Only if you use the code ROB50. Okay, so definitely, please check this out. I wish I had the number of people to play this, and probably a lot of you don't. But you know something, to get this at the price that it is, if you are a role-playing fan, if you're somebody, I'm going to keep it in my thing, because I just never know when my kids will want to do something a little different. And if I get them all together, something, this would be a lot of fun to play. A lot of fun. And that's the thing about this. Maybe you buy it and you become the guy that takes it to a convention, a smaller convention, and you hold it as an event. And things like that. For the price that you get it, it's worth bringing into your collection if you are a fan of this type of stuff. Now, I know overseas that mega games are really big. Here in the United States, I'm not too sure. But this code also works overseas too. So if this is something for you, I really think you'd be missing out on this. You saw the components. They're absolutely beautiful. Half the stuff I didn't even open, because it'd be a shame to open it right now. But I read this book over the weekend, and I was like, wow, this is really something special. And it reminds me of those late night convention games that people would have. And you can have it at your home. You invite people over. Hey, this is a game we're going to play. Maybe you have a lot of people and stuff like this. I may bring this up to bearded brown coat and see if it's something that they might be interested in, some kind of big LARP type of game, because that's the kind of things that they like to do. So definitely a masterpiece for sure. So another great job by Chris. So what can I say? Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.